Good day everyone, Scribbles here. Thought I made a little drawing video today. Let's get started. Alright, I'm all situated. As you can see, I made some progress since my last video, and from what you saw, my first short today. So, I decided to lightly sketch in his sword and stuff in, his hand and his sword in the background. Whoa. So yeah, you can kind of see it there. Maybe I'll just leave it like that. Move it over just a little bit. There we are. Alright, let's get started. Thank you for anyone who watched my short. I figured I had to make a trip down to the garden, so figure why not make a video at the same time. Sounded like a good idea. So as you can see from the first video, kind of toned this down a little bit. Add a second one along the back. His cloak, or I should say his hood, cloak. This, you don't see it. There's more to it, but didn't include it. I didn't add it at that time. But instead of that, it kind of just gets wrapped around his shoulder. His mask goes into the helmet part, which, as you can see, is a very decorative design. All feathers. Mind you, it's a helmet. It's kind of a battle armor in a way. Angel battle armor. Each archangel will have several forms depending on what's happening in the storyline. You'll have your battle archangel when they need to take care of some business, deal with some baddies. And then you'll have his other angel form where it's more show his human side. He'll portray as more of a traditional angel in a way. And then he has more of a human form if he needs to go down to the street level and do things down there amongst the humans without needing to be causing too much alarm. Otherwise they work without being seen anyways, but when they are down helping and healing and saving humanity, they will don't want to scare them off when they're sitting there flying into the rescue with a battle armor on. It's like they always said back in the day in the scriptures, they were always, first thing an angel said was, Don't be afraid. Well, if they looked all nicey-nicey, then you didn't have to be afraid now. So maybe there's some angels that just a little too much for humans to handle. One thing I've noticed when I've made videos is that amongst pausing a lot in my speech, I found it's kind of hard to draw and talk at the same time. You're using two different sides of your brain at the same time, and if you're not used to it, I guess it's one thing if you're just in a general casual conversation. It's one thing, but when you're making a video and you kind of have to think about what you're saying because you have an audience who is watching a video of you talking and drawing, it's better for everyone if like I said, it's better for everyone if you just maybe do what a lot of the other artists do and do a lot of voiceover, because talking live and drawing at the same time, as I just said, is not always an easy task. And a lot of times you sound like an idiot, but I guess if it's funny, oh well. But at least you can always get better. You can't get worse when it comes to things like this. So I've been really challenged with thinking of a color scheme that I really want to finalize. And also, once I transfer these images into my graphic novel, I'm going to have to figure out ways to simplify it in order to be able to repetitiously make these same drawings over and over. Luckily, with switching back to various forms, I don't have to necessarily draw him in this aspect all the time. Only when he encounters somebody that he needs to deal with. So, the last night I had some pretty good inspiration, and earlier today a bunch of writing and stuff for the storyline. So I'm writing and illustrating the story, and so some days are good creative art days, some days are good creative writing days, some days it is a good day for both. And then I found out not a good day afterwards. It's almost like a hangover. You use your brain so much doing so many things and being so interacted and so engaged in it. You wake up the next day and you're like, did I go to the bar? Like, what happened here? Why do I feel hungover and my head's 20 pounds and I just want to chill? So it's kind of weird, because there can be some days where I am up. Usually I don't have to sleep any longer than 6 hours. If I don't have to get up to an alarm, I don't have to worry about it, because I know in 6 hours I will be getting up. It's almost on the clock. Which leaves some time to work on my art and maintain all of my other household duties and a job and everything else. Like today, I worked at 5:30, and as of now, I think it is I don't know. My phone is up here. Let me check. After 11. Yeah, it's after 11. So this morning I got up at about 3:30, 4 o'clock, and it's 11 o'clock at night. So that's alright. I'm a little tired, so if you hear a yawn here or there, don't mind me. Alright, we're going to turn this here a little bit. How's that for everyone? I just realized I didn't have my other source of light. This may or may not help. Well, let's see. Wabam. How's that? How are we looking? Brighter. Looking brighter. Yeah, so again, once I get this into a digital form, I'm trying to decide if I should just stick with the graphic novel, or possibly do the graphic novel and on the side do a smaller, simpler version, like manga style. I don't know. Maybe you guys can let me know. For any of you guys that read any manga. So, I have an idea for a sword. And in the other drawing, you can kind of see it. Well, here, let me... Alright, flip this all around. I'm sure this is looking like you're on a roller coaster or something, but so on his sword, when it is combined, he's usually got two swords. A red sword and a blue sword. But when they're combined, makes purple. But down here, it forms two sets of angel wings with a triangle pyramid and a single eye which remains closed, and some spikiness just for some ornate detail. And then when the power gets activated, the eye will open and judgment happens. So I think I'm going to do a kind of a closer, just a single, almost kind of like a video game stat for your character. Kind of, I'll do a drawing where I'll show him and his weapons and some other stuff about some of my main characters. I'm still got a lot of things going on in my head, always working, trying to figure out the best way to have things look while have it reasonable and doable for myself as being a solo artist who still works and still has all of the other responsibilities of life. I would love to be able to commit hours a day, more than the time that I already do on my art, eventually that will be my goal. But until then, baby steps. Still have to figure out how to edit a video, so. And talk clearly. Something else I'm working on, so. Or figure out how to do voiceovers. Just playing around. Sometimes if you're not sure, at least with me, it helps to just put something down, even if you know you're not going to like it. Because if you put something down and you don't like it, you'll know how to change. Excuse me. You'll know how to change it to make it look the way you want it to look, or it will spark the idea of like, oh yeah, this will be better. So sometimes, just like creative writing, you gotta just write. And sometimes that frame of mind just needs a little push, a little nudge. So, and then there's some days where the creativity meter is down pretty low and it's time for a day or two of maybe doing something else, come back, or just maybe doodle, or sometimes color. A nice adult coloring book is always a good pastime. Maybe I'll do a session where I'm just coloring. So here with the hand, roughly put the hand in, just kind of gesturing. So for those who are just watching who may not be so much of an artist, it's pretty easy. You can kind of just think of it as a reference. You could just put your own hand up like you're putting a sword up to your shoulder, and you kind of just look, and you'll notice that it's the palm of the hand that is facing you, and the fingers are wrapped around the handle. And then you kind of block it in. Knowing anatomy always helps. So I'm just mostly blocking it in squares, circle, square thing, ovals, just so I can kind of see what I am doing. And then once I see and kind of put things together, bring some form into it, I will start erasing and redefining my lines like I do so here. Alright, I think this has been a long enough video. Next video I'll probably work on putting a little bit of the armor, the shoulder plates and stuff that you can see here. Work on the hand some more. And then I'll start working on the coloring process. So, until next time. Everyone have a good one. Bye. Bye now.